do. Just want to make for the record that I gave each town board member and the deputy supervisor and the supervisor a letter with regard to the Baldwin project, a letter from Nassau County regarding the sewer situation, and a letter from the Baldwin Fire Department.
Okay, and that, we'll make that part of the record. That's a letter dated September 27, 2022, from Kenneth Arnold.
Yes, that would.
Oh, hold on, there's another one underneath that as well.
Fire Department.
From the Fire Department dated September 28th, 2022, from Brian Cummings, Chief of the Department. We will make that part of the record as well.
Thank you.
Okay.
Now we have, of course, the administrative calendar. There are items 12 through 47 on that calendar. I also have one item that is of an emergency or urgent nature. It's entitled "A Resolution Declaring the Town of Hempstead the Lead Agency for secret purposes regarding the application of Baldwin Jazz, LLC, CO, Breslin Realty Development Corporation." So this emergency resolution will be added to the calendar as item number 48.
Okay, that is added as town attorney.
Mr. Supervisor, the last hearing, and you've expressed to me the urgency, well, not the urgency, but the belief that we need to move the Baldwin project, in which we had that extensive hearing on. Yep. So this is a housekeeping issue. As you're aware, Mr. Supervisor, there was extensive secret review done 3 years ago in 2019 when the zoning was changed. Okay. So this is a housekeeping item that we'd like to put on for the next meeting.
Okay. Any other items, Mr. Town Attorney?
No, Your Honor. No.
Sure.
I apologize. With regards, Mr. Supervisor, with regards to items 31 and 32, I'd ask at this time that they be tabled so my office can review them with the department heads.
Thank you. All right. Are you moving to table items 31 and 32, Deputy Supervisor?
All right, I will.
Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman D'Esposito.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn. Aye. Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
And Councilman Muscarella.
Aye. Okay, before we make a motion on the rest of the administrative calendar, I do have a couple of slips in. First, we'll start with Bonnie Garone.
Good afternoon, Bonnie Garone, Rockville Center.
Hi.
The first one is quick. Item 22, this is authorizing the IT department to dispose of certain equipment, which is supposed to be listed on the attached Schedule A, but there is no Schedule A. So I think before this is passed, there has to be a list of exactly what equipment you're authorizing to be discarded.
Okay. Hold on there. Give it a second there. Stop that clock. I won't get yelled at by people. Dashing up to the front of the room now is our IT commissioner. Thank you very much. If you could identify yourself.
Yeah, hi, Artie Prim, Commissioner of IT. Yeah, we have it filled out. I don't know where it is. I will make sure we get it to the clerk.
Post it online, and maybe we'll provide a copy to her as well.
Will do.
Is that okay?
Great, thank you.
Okay.
Item 35, this is an agreement with H2M Architects and Engineers to do some work for the Merrick Friendship Engine and Hose Company Firehouse. Okay. And my question is, it says that the Department of General Services received and reviewed a proposed agreement from H2M. How was H2M selected?
Identify yourself. Thank you.
Deputy Commissioner DGS. The reason the town board decided to go with H2M, the Merrick Fire Department was working with them hand in hand in designing the firehouse at the cost of the Merrick Fire Department, and then the town passed a resolution back in January for the $12 million to build it.
But how were they selected to do the work? That's my question.
Before the town even was involved, the Merrick Fire Department hired them with their own funds to design the firehouse.
I see. Thank you. And that's it, because my next question was on item 32. Thank you.
You take care. I'm sure we're going to hear from you in a couple minutes. Next I have up Felix Percacci. Good afternoon. Name and address for the record.
Felix Procacci, Franklin Square. Number 38, on the tentative budget, how much reserve funds are being used?
Mr. Procacci, this isn't a hearing budget today. We've submitted the budget, and we'll be voting on it. And as you've been doing for over a decade, you'll be down here asking these questions.
Yeah, you used to talk about this when I first started, but then I started talking about this, and then that's why you stopped.
No, I've only been the supervisor for like 3
No,
years.
but no, I'm talking about in 2012 is when they stopped.
I was a receiver of taxes, so I can't tell you how they did things back then. All I can tell you is we submitted a budget, and we're going to have no, listen, I like you, and this is a fun time with me. But we're going to have a budget hearing, and you are no stranger to coming down to our budget hearings.
Well, let's put it this way. I oppose this budget hearing because you're only offering one day.
No, we're not having a budget hearing today.
No, you're only offering one day on October 19th.
And it's a day and a night meeting, right?
So I object to this resolution, today's resolution, because you're only offering one day. In your village that you live in Garden City.
That's how they all do it. No, it doesn't matter where I live. What, are you going to dox me? Listen, here's my comment to you. This is how it's always been done. You submit it, and then you have a day and a night meeting for the budget. It's been done this way for decades, and I think...
I understand that.
Okay.
I objected to it many times. So I'm objecting to this, the calling of the hearing, which I'm allowed to do, because I'm not talking about the budget. I know the rules. It's the Felix rule. It started in 2012. And
what's the Felix rule?
the Felix rule is you can't talk on calling of hearings. Before that, you were able to talk on calling of hearings in 2011, but then Kate Murray formed this rule after I started talking about it.
I don't get to lie to you. I've never heard that in my entire life, the Felix
Now
rule.
you know. Now
And
you
I'm
know.
totally going to, I love it.
We have
The
several
Felix
rules, my name on it. But anyway, I object to having only one day because it doesn't give ample opportunity. Somebody who works the afternoons will not be able to make this either hearing. And also, in the village you live in, they have 4 budget workshops prior to the budget hearing
I
to give.
got to be honest with you. I'm
Give residents a
I think in 2019, actually, we did the 2 hearings, and then I think we was adjourned to another date, and they had another date on.
Well,
to
that's because
continue.
they were screwing around with Laura Gillen and trying to screw her up, so they kept on changing things, but you still only could talk on one of them. That was when they were trying to mess Gillen up. That was why you had.
That's
you
not
had
true,
50
Felix.
days.
We were just
That's
trying
why
to
you
lower
did it.
taxes while she
You
wanted
kept
to
on
raise
changing
taxes.
things constantly. I think we had 4 or 5 continuations. It was a bunch of nonsense you did. Anyway, you should have multiple hearings, budget workshops, just like they do in the Village of Garden City. They have 4 budget workshops to give residents an opportunity to talk about the budget before the budget is even presented. That's the Village of Garden City. I never see you at your meetings in your own village. You should come once in a while. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry. I think my village does a great job, and I don't have to pester them. I know. See, there we go. We all agree they do a great job, and we're presenting a tax freeze. Thank you very much. Next, I have Jason Oricchio. Jason? Well, Jason was coming from Kings Park, so I do not have any other slips. Is there anybody else here that wishes to be heard that has not spoken? And, hold on, I didn't finish giving the rules yet. Is there anybody else who wishes to be heard of the administrative calendar that did not sign in? I ask you to go to the back and identify yourself with your name and address.
Marsh C. Thierry, Merrick, New York. Can I make a statement on number 38? I don't know what the rules are. I don't want to fight with anyone.
No, go right ahead. It's about the date, absolutely.
Looking at the tentative 2023 budget for the town, I was optimistic when I saw the article titled Nurturing a Love for Nature and Building for a Green Future Today. I hope prior to making the final budget that tree preservation, land conservation, a tree planting, and trimming program is included. There was nothing for trees, open space on that tentative budget. So that was my comment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very, very much. Anybody else? If not, may I please have a motion on the administrative calendar with the exceptions of 31 and 32, which were tabled?
I move the administrative calendar with the exception of 31 and 32 from 12 to 48. And you had one extra, right?
Second.
12 to 48, yeah.
Okay, up to 48. 12 to 48 with the
Second.
exception
It was a
of
second.
31 and 32.
Correct. Okay, Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Diaz-Pozito.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn.
Aye.
Deputy Supervisor Gooseby.
Aye.
Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye. Okay, I make a motion to adjourn? Make a motion. Second.
Supervisor Clavin.
Aye.
Councilman Carini.
Aye.
Councilman Diaz-Pozito.
Aye.
Councilman Dunn. Deputy Supervisor Gooseby. Councilwoman Miller.
Aye.
Councilman Muscarella.
Aye. Okay. Now that the formal town board meeting is adjourned, the town board will remain to listen to the comments of residents. We have a couple of residents who signed in to speak. First, we'll start off with Bonnie Garone.
Still Bonnie Garone, Rockville Center. I'd like to know, and I think that residents are entitled to know, what the town board is doing regarding redistricting. This directly affects every single town resident because it determines how their representatives will be selected for the next 10 years. I've previously asked you several times about your plans for redistricting, and you have refused to give any information. It's now October, and I believe that every municipality on Long Island that has districts has either completed or is in the process of completing their redistricting process, but we've heard nothing from the Town of Hempstead Board. In Nassau County, the Town of North Hempstead and Nassau County have had public hearings, several public hearings throughout their jurisdiction to get input from residents about proposed maps before creating the final map that will be presented for approval. This board alone refuses to provide any information to residents, and apparently, I assume that you're doing something, or you will have to be doing something pretty soon since we're in October, and so far, anything that you have done has been done completely in secret. So I'd like to know, will you tell us today, are you going to have meetings throughout the town so that residents can give you input on what they believe should be done in redistricting? Who is going to be creating the redistricting maps? When will proposed maps be available to the public? Will you answer any of these questions? I guess we can wait until my 3 minutes expire to see if anybody will answer.
Come for a long time. We're listening to your comments. I'm writing down exactly what you're saying. So
Yes, and
it's your 3 minutes. You know, it is about the opportunity to listen to your concerns.
Okay, well, I'm repeating these concerns for the third or fourth time. They're the concerns not just of me, but of all residents in this town that are affected, and you are the only municipality that has refused to give any information at all about redistricting, and I really think that that's a shame. It really is a slap in the face to every resident, and frankly, it's about time that Newsday or somebody else wrote about this, because people need to know. It's disrespectful, it's rude, and it's arrogant that you won't tell us anything about what you plan to do on
Ms. Scarone,
redistricting.
you know I'm relatively new to the town, but as the town attorney, one of my tasks, and the supervisor and I have discussed this, is moving along redistricting. And over the last couple of months that I've been here, I've been interviewing just that. An attorney, several attorneys, as well as several statisticians to do just that. It's a very, very specialized field of law. We want to make sure we do it right. We have several months left to do it, and we're in the process of reviewing the experts to make sure that we get a proper town map, which we have to get every 10 years.
And who's going to draw the map?
Thank you, Mr. Town Attorney. I appreciate that.
Who's going to draw the map? And will you seek input from residents before you draw the map?
Ms. Garone, of course, we'll be complying with all rules, regulations, and laws.
Of course.
Oh, we're in agreement. Good.
And people, that was sarcastic, if that didn't come through?
Did not.
Okay, well, it was sarcastic.
Well, thank you very much, and we appreciate you coming down today. Next, I'm going to call up Felix, the namesake, Procacci of the Felix Rule.
Felix Procacci, Franklin Square. In 2019, Supervisor Candidate Don Clavin said the only town mailings should come from the Receiver of Taxes Office. In 2019, the actual postage cost in the General Services Department was $1.9 million. In the recently published 2023 budget book, Clavin writes that his commitment to conservation extends to the functions of town government. This budget shows the Clavin administration spent $3.1 million on postage in 2021, 50% over budget. In 2023, the Clavin administration continues its hypocritical conservation policy by budgeting $3.25 million for postage, $750,000 more than the General Services Department requested. Clavin invites residents to peruse the information in the 2023 budget to learn more about the workings of government. Residents should learn more about the workings of their town government. Unfortunately, if you have any questions about the budget, you have only one chance at the October 19th meeting to ask those questions. Yes, the supervisor who wants you to learn more about government won't answer questions from his constituents during public comment, and the supervisor who criticized the mailings of the prior supervisor has increased spending on mailings by over 50%. What is necessary and missing from the 2023 budget is a pruning program to ensure the health of existing trees. Clavin is able to find an additional $1 million to send out more mailings, but no money to help the care for existing trees within the town. Even though our town supervisor is against the tree pruning program, it is possible to get this item on the October 19th meeting agenda. All that is needed is for 2 council members with courage who care more about trees than the supervisor's wasteful town mailings to sign off on a resolution to move $1.2 million from the general fund's postage budget to a department that will implement a tree pruning program. Yes, all we need is 2 council members who are willing to put the health of the town's trees ahead of the town supervisor's wasteful mailings to get this done. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Country. Yeah, and I do want to remind residents that we will be having that budget hearing of the tax freeze budget on those days. Come on down to hear about the tax freeze here we're giving in the town of Hempstead with record inflation and gas prices. In addition, residents should be well aware that because of the great work of our town controller and all our esteemed commissioners and the town board, we have attained AAA bond rating, which, John, if I'm not mistaken, that is the highest bond rating available, right? So I ask residents to come on down and absolutely hear about the tax freeze and the maxed out bond grade. Next, I have Mrs. Funderburg. Yes, ma'am. If you do not mind, can I ask you to respectfully go to the back and give your name and address? Thank you, ma'am. That way we can hear you in the mic.
Good afternoon. Wilhelmina Funderburg, and I reside at 156 East Clinton Avenue, Roosevelt, New York. I've been there 50-plus years. First of all, I'd like to thank our representative for all the work that she has done in the village of Roosevelt, improving it, making it comfortable for us to reside there. But I have a few concerns, and one of them I've came before about the 18-wheelers that are taking over our community, especially on Nassau Road. The last time I came, I guess it was about 2 months ago, there was only 2 of them stationary on Nassau Road. Now there's 3. I know that's a county road, but I was told when I was here the last time that the town was working with the county to clear this up. It haven't cleared up, it haven't improved. Like I say, now we have 3 trucks that are there on Saturdays and Sundays. Also, there's a house at 165 East Clinton Avenue that's a single family. It has 5 apartments there. I don't understand why someone isn't checking and seeing what's happening in the village of Roosevelt. I would just like for our downtown to look like our neighboring next to us, for it to look like their downtown, without the 18-wheelers, without the people out there selling fruits and vegetables on the road. Do these people have to have permits? Because, I mean, they'll just come and sit up and start selling. I don't see that anyplace else, and I travel all over. This is the only place I see. I mean, we want our downtown to look like our neighboring communities. So I'm just asking if we can please have that corrected so that we can enjoy our community like our neighbors enjoy their communities. And I have quite at 36 East Clinton Avenue, I can submit this list. There's a car repair shop in the yard. At 12 Cottage Road, there's a truckload of cars without tags on them, old cars, and wood budding stacked up in the yard. These are just a few of the things.
Ms. Funderburg, I'm going to ask Danny Leo, my deputy building commissioner is right there. I'm going to ask him to verify the address of the property you said there's an illegal apartments taking place, and ask him to investigate, as well as, I don't know what you can do about any of the fruit stand. If that falls in consumer affairs at Nassau County, we could direct him there. But I'm going to ask him to take the time to take you in the back and get all this information right now.
Thank you.
No problem. Danny, if you'd stand up and wave. Okay? He's going to come over to you right now and go in the back with you, okay? All right. Next, I have Stephanie Chase. Hi, Ms. Chase. Good afternoon. If you can name an address for the record.
Yes, my name is Stephanie Chase. I live in Rockville Center, the Lakeview section. I would just like to thank Deputy Commissioner Ms. Gooseby. We had a cleanup, civic association, and she directed the people to help us, the sanitation department, Mr. Frederick, right away, as soon as I asked. And I'm just very grateful to her for her commitment to civil service and all she's done. I'm just thanking you on behalf of the Lakeview Civic Association and the Lakeview NAACP. Thank you so much, Ms. Gooseby.
Mrs. Chase, thank you. That was really nice of you to come in, and that's why we made her the deputy supervisor, because we all think she does a great job. But that was really nice of you to come in. It's very nice of you. We get a lot of complaints, but when people come in to give a compliment like that, you know what? I speak for everybody where I say all the employees are very, very grateful for you doing that. It really means a lot to everybody we work with. Absolutely. Don't worry, she'll tell me later on she deserves more. Next, I have Eric Moeller. He might have spoken about Baldwin, and Marcia DiTieri.
Good afternoon again. Marcia DiTieri, Merrick, New York. First, I just wanted to thank you in your newsletter, around the town newsletter, that I finally saw something about the adoption program at the animal shelter. Thank you for putting that in.
Somebody gave us a great idea to include it.
Keep it up. I hope you were able to review the email I sent you yesterday regarding tree preservation, longevity information, including our native trees living up to 1,000 years if we let them. I have a copy of it here in case you weren't able to see it. Again, looking at the tentative 2023 budget for the town, I was optimistic when I saw the article titled Nurturing a Love for Nature and Building a Green Community Today. I hope prior to making it a final budget that tree preservation, land conservation, tree planting program is included. Listening to the countless number of residents at the last meeting regarding the infrastructure, overdevelopment, and consequences, please take action. It affects all of us. There is also a $1 million increase in the postage cost from the 2022 budget, which could be reduced drastically if the town went virtual, saving countless trees. How many trees could be planted, and how many trees could be saved by being proactive, using arborists to give residents low-cost tree trimming, in addition to tree planting programs. Give residents a choice, give incentives to keep trees healthy. Don't let tree removal companies misinform residents of trees' health. Be proactive again. Tree trimming promotes healthy trees, giving people incentives to keep their trees, saving them money and saving a life. Promote programs in your around the town email. If the board really wants to be green, make it more difficult for healthy trees to be removed. Home size should fit the lot size and open space for our future. Regarding the town of Hempstead, I said that about the animal adoption. I am also asking the animal shelter director and commissioner look into the info of my many suggestions to enrich the animals and get them out of there. Over 250 animals at the shelter need enrichment. I purchase many items myself. Every additional day an animal is in a cage with no stimulation is one too many days. It's been months since I've heard from you. The orders for supplies have not been fulfilled. The money is there. Something is wrong with this picture. These innocent animals deserve better. Thank you. Can I give this to you?
Yeah, of course you can. You submit that. Well, of course we'll take it. And thank you for your email. I did read it. I do not have any of the slips. Is there anybody who has not spoken that wishes to be heard? If not, I will tell everybody to have an amazing day. Thank you all very, very much.